Hey y'all, this is TCA Gaming, and in this video we will be going over some Pokemon stuff. It's been a while since I had a video. This past week I did not have a live stream, and that was mainly because the prior week we didn't have anybody buy into the live stream. I didn't do it very long, and I didn't send out much advertisement about it, so that was more my fault probably than anybody else's. But I wanted to just back off and let's just wait till we have another release come out. That way you guys can be excited about what you're opening up. Now, in regards to what I'm going to show you guys in this video, I'm going to show you guys a few consignments. We'll talk about a few things. The Pokemon 151 reprint hit and prices went really low very quickly, and then it's almost as quickly as they come down, they shot right back up again. From what I'm hearing, there's a lot of stuff that's sold out. At least that's what I was told. The people that I placed orders through, some of them are having trouble getting product to me. Check this out. We've got a championship arena. Pretty tough card to come by. I don't take too many rare raw cards, but this is one that I did take raw. I knew it was pretty high end. It looks fairly clean. On the back side, like I almost didn't notice it, but there is like some edge wear around the edge, some wear around the edge. You can see it much better in the scans. You can't see it too much right here, but it is there, and I think that was the main reason they probably did not grade this card. This is one I picked up. So this one is not for sale. So Raikou, pick that one up online. Oh, guys, if you guys know anybody who does playmats, it's been a while since I've had a custom playmat made, but I'd love to support somebody within the community that you guys trust. Maybe throw some names in the comments if you think of any. There's an Umbreon. That one's up for sale. This right here is actually a Charizard I picked up off of Rattle. I plan to keep it for now in case he does want to get it back. But I sent him a picture. I was like, I got it graded, and I think he said it was a PSA 7 first, and then he cracked, he cracked it, then he sold it to me, and I did not think he was even going to get a 7. I thought that was going to be like best case scenario, mainly because this bottom corner down here it's pretty messed up. It's not like a just a little white dot. It's almost like it's indentation in a way, but they thought it was a 7.52. PSA thought it was a 7, so I'll leave it up to the professional grading companies. Of course, I like the higher grade. I mean, it is fairly clean on the front. You can kind of see it's got good centering. So from like the front side, like this is like perfect candidate for a binder copy, but with getting that 7.5 grade, I do believe it did see a decent bump in value. Here we got a 10 on the Misty for sale, and then we also have a shiny Charizard V. Champion's Path, the main one of the main chases, one of the only chases from that set, and then we also have a Festa Pikachu. This is 2014. Yeah, it's a 2014 version. Now, I do have some cards I want to show you guys. I had graded from CGC. I've actually had 3 or 4 bulk orders come in, maybe more than that, but a lot of it's been trainers, base set trainers. So if you guys have noticed that stuff on there, it's mainly because I had somebody buy some bulk stuff from me, but they didn't want the trainers. And I still had a lot of really minty things, and I may still put up some of those cards, but I pulled out a handful of them. I was like, what, let me just send these off. I'll make sure that the ones that I send in, I feel have a good shot at getting the 10. A lot of them didn't, but most of them did really well, and so that's why those are available. And so if you're looking for any old pristine or regular gem mint 10s for trainers, mainly from base set, fossil. There's a few from fossil and jungle, and there's a few from later sets as well. But yeah, they're going to be available. I've got rares coming soon too. But I also graded some top stuff because usually they've notoriously graded tops cards pretty well. But I did really bad on these. I think I had a few gem mint 10s, maybe 1 or 2 pristines, but for the most part they were all like 7 to 8, a few 9s, here and there. But I thought I'd just show you a few of them. We got a first print rainbow foil. This isn't Topps Chrome. I did grade Topps Chrome. I didn't get a single 10 on the Chromes. Usually those grade pretty easy, but I didn't get any 10s on the Chromes. But I did have a few like regular holofoils. And if you guys know, there are 2 different ones. You've got the rainbow foil and the silver foil. Rainbow foil is kind of like this. Silver is more almost like reflective, I guess you could say. And then there's first print all the way through 5th print. Most of these are going to be 1st through 4th. First has this blue logo on the back side right there. Not a whole lot to it. This is more of a silver foil. I don't know if you can tell, but I like this one. I picked out some that I had that had pretty cool artworks, and I like this Lugia. And you guys are mostly looking at camera, it looks like right now. But this one, I don't know. I got a 5.5. There's probably something in here that I missed, but it's like, man, I feel like they've got a little bit tougher on it. You can see there's a slight corner ding right there. I mean, it's really light. I wouldn't have thought it'd drop it to a 5.5. And this is probably one of the highlights. I got a 10 on this Lugia Rises card. Like, I think this is one of the best artworks from the tops. Some of the top cards that come out, especially the Pokemon 2000, and it's holographic, and it's got Lugia on it, and it pulled a 10. So I was like, yes, all right, cool. We got a pretty neat one. Like, I graded some of the cards like this. I mean, we've got a, it says Pikachu versus Titan, but I would have just called it Zapdos, right? But it almost looks like a first appearance card because of how like light it is. Now I also have, these are some of the highlights. Now I've graded hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of these promos with the Charizard, V-Star, V-Max, and the V, and I still have only a handful of pristines. I think with V-Star I've got like two pristine 10s. I think VMAX I might have 4 or 5, and then I think I might have 3 or 4 for the Charizard V. So, like, ironically enough, this one seems to have the worst centering, but I think because a lot of the border is blurred from where it just runs over the edges, this one seems to get the pristine a little bit more often than cards like this, where the border is much more apparent. I did grade a few more of these Ancient Mew. I did some, like, I opened up, I probably opened up 30 or 40 of these things, and I think I pulled out the best 8, the only ones that I thought that would have a shot at a 10. And this is probably the best little section that I've ever did, like with pre-grading, because I think I got 4 10s that were gem mint, 4 pristine 10s, and a lot of times the pristine, it's a chase, but like the pre-grading itself doesn't work that great. Like sometimes it'll help you out, sometimes it just makes your 9s, the ones, like sometimes your 9s would help out and make your 10s like more apparent, and sometimes it just shifts everything. But this worked out really good for me, where I went 8 for 8 on the 10s, but I actually got 4 pristines. So I added those 4 pristines to my personal collection, and I'm selling the 4 gem mint 10s. And then I also graded some of these. I graded some WB promos. I did much better. I did get some pristines this time on the Mewtwo, or this sometime on Mewtwo. I didn't grade as many Electabuzz on this one. I still have Electabuzz, Dragonite, and Pikachu's out. I'm waiting for those to come back. This was all of the Mewtwo's that I'd sent in, but I probably got between 5 and 8 pristines, and I had several gem mint 10s, so it was much better on this round. And these were ones that I had pre-graded a while back. I just opened up a bunch, and I'd sold some loose. And then I put the ones that I thought I had a shot at 10 inside of the semi-rigids. And I think that really helped out, because a lot of times when these are sealed, there's slight impressions that go down the middle of the card from where the back flap is on the seal. And I think leaving them in the semi-rigid for an extended amount of time just helped smooth that out a little bit. That's just a theory. I don't know if that's the case. I might have just got an easier grader that day. But I did much better with this submission. So if you're looking for any of those WB promos and higher grade, I have adjusted prices. They should be the cheapest on eBay. And then also, I did restock a few of these if you guys are looking for them. Now, I did want to give a little shout out to Best Pokemon Deals. It's her name is Danny on. She said she was on Twitter, but they actually did a shout out. So these Ho-Ohs and Rapidash, I started selling on eBay myself after what happened with Troll and Toad. I was like, you know what? I'll just put it on eBay. I'll charge $24.99. I'll lose $5 in shipping. I'll lose a little bit of eBay fees, and I'll still probably make $1 or $2 off of what I would have sold it to them for. But I can look at all these myself. And so I pulled out any that I thought would not get a 10. And actually, I sent those off to be graded. And I kept the best ones raw. And, if they don't sell through, then, or if I run out in time, I may grade those as well. But they were. I started getting a bunch of sales, and they were just flooding in. I'm like, why are all these Ho-Ohs just the Ho-Oh selling? Because typically when people buy Ho-Oh, they also buy the Rapidash because it's kind of like a pair. But it was just the Ho-Oh selling, and she actually reached out to me on eBay and said, thanks for not raising your price after it sold out, because it did sell through. There was like quantity 40-ish left or so, and then I restocked another 50. And just like, thanks for the good deal. Thanks for not raising your price, and just want to let you know I shouted it out. And I thanked her very much for that, and I told her, if you're going to do this in the future, let me know, and I'll make sure that I have stock available for it. And because if it had been the weekend, I wouldn't have restocked, and they would have been sold out in those first few minutes that it was a shout out. So definitely appreciate that. And these should all be in really good condition. Like if we just take one, I'll just show you. You can't see too much on here, but yeah, all these, these should be like, these were ones that I believe would have a good shot at a 10. And ironically enough, I didn't mention this, but I graded about 25 of these Ho-Ohs in a submission that I sent to CGC with all this other stuff. I went 25 for 25 on those 10s. Like there wasn't a single non-gem mint or higher 10. They were all pristines or gem mint 10. So that kind of like reaffirmed what I was thinking before. But yeah, all of, and I'm not saying that, you know, I might miss something if you ever get a card or it's damaged in the mail or something. You know, just reach out to me. I'll take care of you. But for the most part, these are in good condition. These aren't like picked over if you do go to buy them yourself. Also, I did want to mention this, another little plug, I guess. But jumbos, I have so many jumbos. I decided that I was going to put up a listing. I've got one listing full of jumbos, and the shipping on it is $5, and that's mainly because I use a top loader and the postage for the first one. But if you're looking for jumbos, I'm going to continually add to that. And the combined shipping rate is like 25 cents. So like the first jumbo you buy is $1.99 and it's $5 shipping. So you're paying $7.99 for that first jumbo. But for the second jumbo, it's $1.99 plus like 25 cents. So they're all $2.24. I didn't price any of them differently. The Pikachu V Unions and the Zero Aura V Stars, those immediately sold through. I've restocked them since then. But yeah, if you're looking for jumbos and you just want them cheap, if you just buy them all together, then you can really save. Also, I think if you buy more than 4, it drops to like $1.49. So even with shipping, it'll be under $2 a jumbo. So if you're looking for that, I just thought I would mention it because I did add singles to eBay, and I'm blown away by how many of you are buying the single cards. Like I've sold through 500 plus of the 151 reverse hollows already. It's if you buy one card, I definitely am in the hole. Like I lose money just from the postage and the transaction fee from eBay alone. Just the eBay fees and stuff for a single card at 99 cent puts me over that 99 cents. So I lose money, but there several of you have bought more than one card, so it's still not worth it too completely because it almost tripled my shipping time just to ship out, you know, say at most $50 to $100 worth of cards in the morning. But at the same time, it's kind of cool seeing the stuff move and knowing that, you know, I can just ship it out and it's not going in this giant bulk lot where nobody knows what they're getting and they're paying, you know, half a cent a card or whatever it is. But I know I rambled on. I talked about quite a few different things there. We went through a return, went through some stuff that I'm selling. Some of it plugging myself. I asked for playmat, information, and I showed you guys some consignments. But trying to cover a few different things all at once because, you know, I haven't talked to you guys in about a week now. It's getting to be about that time of year where I love being outside with my kids and my family, and we also got a lot of school stuff going on. So feel free to reach out. If you send an email to me, that's usually my best contact, and you know I can reply to there. If you're asking for a deal on something, if you send me a message saying, "Hey, what's the lowest price you'll take on a card?" I'm probably not going to respond. But there's most other things that I can respond to. I will, and of course, if you pester me enough, then eventually I will. But as always, thank you guys for supporting the channel, even when I'm not putting out so much content. And I'll try to give you an update in the community tab the next time we do a live video. It should still be on a Tuesday night. If you did want to buy heavy packs, well, I do still have some fossil left. I can make individual videos for those so you won't have to wait for a live, unless you just want to wait for live, and we can also do that as well. Thanks again, and I hope you guys have a great weekend.